It is January.
It is. It's a new year.
It is a new year. Is it a new year, new you? Are you one of those people?
Yeah, kind of, but
Really?
Nah,
new year.
Mostly
same
because
bills
it's
I
now the
haven't paid from
roaring
last.
20s. So I just want to celebrate 20s more.
Okay.
Although I got to say, January hasn't been treating me all that nice. So
Oh no!
get with it, 2020.
Yeah.
damn it.
February 1st is a new
February,
year.
Yes,
New you.
that's when the Carol year starts.
That's when the Carol. I'm glad to be a small modicum of the Carol year. Yes, we are here to talk a little bit about some refried scenes. Yes. Last month we did Black Christmas.
Sorry.
I was thinking about that in the shower this morning. I was like, we could do My Bloody Valentine next
You
month.
could actually.
Yeah.
I have to say, I have the 80s version of My Bloody Valentine is one of my guilty pleasures.
Yeah.
Because it is so freaking Canadian.
Who's killing, eh?
Yeah, that's really what they're doing up there,
Yeah.
It's like, oh my gosh, that head's in the dryer.
But then that means you have to do the 3D.
Yeah, you have to do the 3D one too, yeah.
We'll figure that out.
I love
towards the end.
the in the 80s version, the end song is like this folk song about the killer.
Okay. They bust out the ukuleles on you,
Yeah,
do
they bust out the little,
the lutes and whatnot?
Yeah,
Okay.
and this Canadian guy singing about the killer in the mine. And
Is it an upbeat song?
not really, no.
Okay. Phew, that would have made it way worse.
So,
We are here.
but we're not
this
talking
month.
Bloody Valentines this time, no. Well,
We left our fate to the toss of the virtual die.
the virtual die, yeah.
Yes, and we ended up with Open Your Eyes and Vanilla Sky.
One I forgotten I had put on the list.
The show is so full of surprises.
I know, but it turned out to be okay. I had never seen Open Your Eyes.
Yeah. Like I said before we hit record, what I did see, I very much enjoyed.
So you didn't see the end.
Yeah, so I will preface this. I rented this from I rented this from Voodoo. I was like, a respectable source. I rented it from Voodoo. And from when the time you hit play, you have 24 hours to finish. I think you have 30 days to play it, but from when you hit play, 24 hours to finish it. I got all but about an hour left due to life. And I was like, all right, I'll come back. I'll sit down. I'll watch this last hour today, the day we're recording this, right after work. Hit play, and they're like, your time has expired. You'll have to buy or rent this again. And I was like, you're not getting $4 more of my money because this is not the first time they've done this to me. So I think I might have to go with some alternate sources when it comes to renting. I might have to go over to iTunes or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I managed to get through most of this movie.
This is probably the
half.
closest thing to an actual remake that we've done so far.
Yeah, and at the point where I ended up having to opt out, I was like, this is going to be a hard episode because this is really just the same thing twice.
Yeah. Just Americanized.
Yeah, just American.
However, there are differences in the end. There is one big difference in the end. It's not the actual twist and how it ends is the same. Okay. But there is one. There's something that Cameron Crowe took out for Vanilla Sky.
Okay, so let's get into
which is odd because that movie is 25 minutes longer than this one.
He took out stuff and it's still longer.
Still longer.
Yeah. Well, when you got Tom Cruise's pretty face, you just want to linger on it from time to time.
And he's also Tom Cruise was the executive producer. So.
Oh, you don't say.
Yeah. Imagine that. So Open Your Eyes, 1997. Directed by, I'm sorry, Alejandro
Amenabar?
Alejandro Amenabar, who also directed one of my favorite horror films, The Others.
Okay.
With Nicole Kidman.
Yes.
Those are his two big movies. He hasn't really done anything much after that.
Done anything worthwhile or just done anything big?
He hasn't done much after that.
Okay. The Others was about 10 years ago?
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Okay.
So this stars Eduardo Noriega as Cesar, who is our lead character, who is this kind of multimillionaire playboy, living the playboy life. In this version, I don't think they say what he does for a living.
They don't. They make it very plain. I mean, it's kind of part of the plot of Vanilla Sky.
Vanilla Sky. But here, it's just the company and the partners. It's not, they don't say what he does for a living.
Right. I assume he was a professional podcaster. That's how he got all that money.
That's how he got all that sweet, sweet money, because we're rolling in it, let me tell you.
That's right.
Don't know what we're rolling in, but we're rolling in it.
We're rolling in it.
So Cesar's this millionaire playboy, hangs out with his friend, oh gosh.
That's Fele Martinez, right?
Yes. And the name of the character is Paleo.
Yes, Paleo.
I want to say Brian. Paleo. My German is better than my Spanish, and my German is terrible. So I apologize beforehand.
To any of the Spanish community out there.
I'm trying Duolingo. I really am, really.
Are you doing Duolingo?
Yeah, but I'm just a slow learner with other languages.
Yeah, my brain doesn't operate like that.
It tries. It really tries. But, okay, so Eduardo and Paleo hang out most of the day and just drive in cars and play racquetball and do millionaire playboy things. Although Paleo is not rich.
Not even close. No.
He's just his friend.
Yeah. I assume, the assumption I made is this guy was his friend before he got the money.
Right, before he got money.
I'm assuming he wasn't born into the money.
Right.
He was his friend before he got the money. Right. It's kind of like the dude, is like a one-man entourage. Kind of brought him along for the ride.
So that's what they basically do with their day. They just hang out.
Yeah, fuck around.
Yeah.
I feel this is a more honest friendship.
Right.
In this one. And Jason Lee is bordering on sycophant.
And does Jason Lee ever play anything other than Jason Lee? No. We'll get to that when we get to...
I feel like My Name is Earl. He kind of has a different turn.
We'll get to that when we get to Vanilla Sky. But okay. So these two just pal around, and then Cesar has a birthday party.
Right.
Cesar is sleeping with...
Good luck.
Nuria. Her name is Nuria.
Yes.
Okay, so he's sleeping with Nuria, but he doesn't love her. It's basically just, as she's referred to in Vanilla Sky, a fuck buddy.
Yes. Referred to by them.
By them. She puts far more into this than he does.
Yes, and I'm still not sure in both instances if from the male perspective, it's just a fuck buddy, and from her perspective, she's fuck buddy trying to be more, or she legitimately thinks this is more.
This is more, yeah. So for any of you who have not seen either of these films.
I thought you were going to say for anyone who hasn't had a fuck buddy.
This is kind of a weird movie. I'm doing it very linear as far as plot.
Right.
This is interrupted occasionally because when the start of the movie, Cesar is in jail.
Right.
And he's talking to a psychologist, and he's basically telling his story.
Right. So every once in a while you get a cut back to
Yeah, you get cut back to the psychologist.
Most of this is flashback.
Right. And a lot of this doesn't necessarily happen.
Yeah, there's also that. So he's got this fuck buddy who is putting far more into the relationship than he is. And he has this birthday party, and Paleo, his friend, brings Sophia to the party. Right.
Sophia is played by Penelope Cruz.
In both versions. That's how fine she is.
Yeah. I don't like her because she's married to Javier Bardem. And he is fine.
That's a ruggedly handsome man.
He made that page boy look so good in No Country for Old Men.
No one makes that hairstyle look good.
No. But he is very,
Heads or tails.
But I don't like her because she's married to him.
Fair enough.
So she is Cesar is immediately taken with Sophia.
Yeah.
And they kind of hit it off. Sophia's kind of this free spirit.
Yeah.
She says she's an actress, and they end up spending
she's
the night.
A mime, right?
Well, she says she's an actress, and then you find out she's a street performer, a mime.
I guess it's a form of.
It's a form of acting.
Yeah, being liberal with the word acting, maybe.
In this version, she actually lives realistically. Her apartment isn't like elaborate.
Yeah, it's not like Friends, right? You don't know what those motherfuckers do, but they got some nice apartments.
But they spend the night together, but they don't sleep together. They just end up talking and getting to know each other and drawing pictures of each other. Which is kind of nice.
Yes.
But in the morning, he leaves to go to work, and Nuria is right there waiting and offers him a ride. And I should not get in. We learned from the Hitcher man, don't get into it. He gets into the car.
I feel like had he not, there would have been a scene.
Yeah, probably, which is probably what he didn't want to see. So he gets into the car. Yeah. Unfortunately, he gets into the car, and there's even more of a scene because she's doing drugs, and she's crazy jealous.
Yeah.
And she just crashes the car.
Which I find kind of interesting because she knows they didn't sleep together.
Yeah.
And is still salty about it. She's
still salty.
Yeah.
Because she knows, it's explained more in Vanilla Sky. Here it's just hinted at the whole
what's that phrase?
Oh God,
Delayed
gratification.
Yeah.
Yes, delayed gratification, and she recognizes that he's just prolonging the.
Didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Just get to it.
Just yeah, but she crashes the car, kills herself, and he is disfigured.
Correct.
And in this version, he is very disfigured. He's yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
You can't really recognize Eduardo Noriega after that.
Yeah, you can still recognize it's Tom Cruise.
Oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's very disfigured, and he goes comatose for a couple weeks, and when he wakes up, he can't handle the fact that he's not pretty anymore.
His moneymaker's gone.
Yeah.
You know, this way, if they just made his occupation like a model,
Yeah.
then this would have made so much more sense.
Yeah.
Or just vanity. I
Yeah.
guess.
And this comes across very much, particularly in this one, just very much vanity.
Yeah.
Actually, no, more so in Vanilla Sky, because here he's actually, it's visibly disfigured. He's missing an ear. He's, you know.
Right.
And he goes to the doctors and he says, there's got to be something you can do to make me better.
Yeah. And we tried everything. I feel so bad for those doctors.
And their solution is to give him the creepiest fucking mask on the face of the planet.
Well, we did have this one mask, but it was just a goalie mask, and someone stole that one from us, so we got you this other mask.
We had a gas mask, but some miner stole it and went to kill some kids. So, yeah, they give him this just creepy... this is like... Did you ever watch Boardwalk Empire?
No.
This is creepier than the mask that dude in Boardwalk Empire.
Okay.
It's creepy. And so he wears that, but he doesn't like to wear it because, I mean, come on.
Yeah. I mean, well, it's got to be uncomfortable as shit.
Yeah, and hot. I mean,
and
really.
it's suffocating.
Yeah. So he leaves finally to go find Sophia. And there's this really kind of nice scene where he's following her and she's in the mime makeup and it actually looks like she's wearing a mask.
Yes, it does. I know. I never even picked up on that.
Yeah, I did. I thought, that's a nice touch.
Yeah. See, that's why you're on this show.
And he follows her and she starts to perform. And she's a street performer where if you give her money, she starts to move.
Right.
And he gives her money and then he just watches her for, I don't know how long.
Hours, I assume.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah, there's a lot of creepish shit happening in these movies.
And he talks to her, and it's a very awkward exchange. It's like, how come you haven't gotten in touch with me? And well, I tried, but you were comatose.
Yeah. I was there. You just had no idea.
So they agree to meet and go out, and they end up going to this discotheque with Paleo.
Yeah, Paleo.
And
he's going to get I guess, so are we to assume that in this time, her and Paleo have gotten close?
I don't think so.
They're just still friends.
I think they're just still friends.
Okay. Paleo's probably been shooting his shot miserably and been failing.
Right.
Yeah.
And the discotheque is very awkward. Cesar gets very drunk.
Yeah, he does.
And of course, somebody says something rude in the bathrooms, like "fix your face" or something like that.
I died at because it was like, wait, why would you say that to somebody?
Well, if you're drunk and you're in I can see people being complete assholes.
Yeah.
Particularly in this version because he is very disfigured. But they leave. He gets very drunk and they leave. And Sophia basically brushes both of them off.
Yeah, she's, I'm out of here. I'm going home.
You don't have to walk me to my door. I'm only a block that way,
Yeah, here's all the signs that I don't want to be here.
I don't want you guys following me.
Yeah.
And then Cesar and Paleo get into kind of a little tiff. And then Cesar runs and just passes out in the street.
As you do sometimes.
Just, you're so drunk, you sleep in the gutter.
Laid out right there in the gutter.
And this is the bookmark of the movie, him passing out in the street.
Right. Everything kind of goes
wonky after this.
Wonky from there.
Because he wakes up and Sophia's there and she says, let's give this a shot.
Yeah, I was, because I watched Vanilla Sky first.
Yeah.
And at that point, I was like, things took a weird left here.
Yeah. And the doctors determine that they actually have another procedure that they can fix his face, and they do.
Yeah.
And he's all pretty again.
Yeah.
And he's hanging out and having fun, and Paleo's joking with him, there's a seam coming open.
Yeah.
But he's having weird flashes of he's seeing his face disfigured in the mirror. Mm-hmm. He's seeing this guy in a bar that he thinks he recognizes but doesn't quite know where.
Yeah, where you from? No from.
And talking to, because we get the psychiatrists interspersed here.
Yeah, that gives you some breadcrumbs.
Yeah.
A little bit.
The psychiatrist says he's talking about Eli. In the Spanish version, it's Eli, and that's because of the pronunciation.
Mm-hmm.
In the American, it's Ellie.
Ellie.
And he has no idea what that is. He can't remember what that is.
Yeah.
But he feels like everything is a dream.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he's in the Matrix.
So at this point, a lot of shit's the lines are starting to become blurred.
Right. And but he's got this really nice relationship with Sophia, and he looks all pretty again. And
so he's just riding with it.
Yeah, he's just riding with it until things start really cracking, and he wakes up one night after a nightmare, goes back to bed, and it's no longer Sophia in bed.
It's Nuria.
It's Nuria.
Yeah, Nuria.
Only she's saying she's Sophia.
Yeah.
And he gets like, in this version, he immediately goes to violence. He just wallops her.
And right here is roundabout where voodoo fucked me.
Okay. So he ties her to the bed and is like, where's Sophia? And she's like, I'm Sophia. And he calls the police. And the police, of course, side with her because there's this woman tied to the bed bleeding.
Yeah.
And her papers say that she is Sophia.
I do believe this is called domestic abuse.
Right.
Yeah.
And here, the lawyer does not get him off. She refuses to press charges. Mm-hmm. And they let him go. And that's when he gets into a fight with Pleo, and Pleo's like, don't you ever fucking lay a hand on her again. And that's when he's like, oh, you're siding with my partners. This is all a big joke, or this is all
one giant conspiracy.
Yeah, it's a huge conspiracy. You're just trying to get my business away from me. And he runs off. And he goes to her apartment and breaks in.
Jesus Christ.
And he looks at all of the pictures that she has on the wall, and it's all Nuria instead of Sophia in all of the pictures. And he starts breaking things and just trashing the place.
Breaking and entering in his wanton property damage.
Yeah. And Nuria, who is there at the apartment, hits him over the head with a bottle because she thinks he's just
some random intruder.
Yeah. Burglar. And she goes to get him a glass of water, and when she comes back, she is Sophia again.
Oh, man.
So they start to make love. And
you trash all my shit. But
I'm going to have sex with you. You can tell this is some dude's dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
In the middle of that, she turns back into Nuria.
Yeah, that's when shit gets weird.
Yeah.
That's when she'll get weird
for
you.
Well, here, she's just Nuria.
Yeah.
And he freaks out and smothers her with a pillow. And this is a creepy scene, particularly in Open Your Eyes, because he does not stop fucking her while he is suffocating her.
Oh!
And it is, the way they film it in this version, I'm like, this is fucked up. This is messed up. This is really messed up. And
it's not what you want.
Yeah, he leaves the pillow on her face. He does not remove the pillow from her face because he doesn't want to see who's underneath the pillow.
I can almost understand that.
Yeah, and he leaves and runs away. And you go back to the psychiatrist, and he's like, you're fine.
So take off your
he's got the creepy mask on while he's talking to the psychiatrist, and he's like, your face is fine. You can take off your mask. And he's like, no, I'm still disfigured and stuff. And they've arrested him, and he's going on trial for the murder.
Yeah, so now you finally figured out who has been murdered, why he is talking
and why he's in jail
in the first place.
And he still can't figure out what Ellie is, or Eli.
Right.
And he goes, before they arrest him, he goes to this bar, and the guy that he recognizes comes up to him, and he goes, Cesar,
yeah, hey, buddy.
You're having some problems. You just need to get control again. And he's like, well, if I get control, I want everyone here to just shut up. And everyone in the bar just shuts up. So he realizes, okay, something is just really bizarre here. And while he's in the asylum, one of the inmates is flipping through channels, and he sees a commercial for Life Extension, LE. So he tells the psychiatrist, I think this is important.
Yeah.
And we need to go there, because I've been there before. And so they go to Life Extension, and they're looking, this is a cryogenic facility.
Freezing them for years.
Yes. And he's like, okay, I think I've been here before. And they're like, You sign this contract, and once you die, we put you in our facility in Arizona. And once we, figure out a way to revive you or fix what is wrong with you, we revive you and you can live.
Yeah, live amongst the normal population again.
Yes. So he realizes that he has already signed a contract with these people. And he starts to freak out.
Right.
Because he's realizing that this is all a dream. And he wants to wake up. So he's running through the facility screaming, I want to wake up. I want to wake up.
This is where it turns real Total Recall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it's still functioning as a standard dream. So police are trying to stop him. And he grabs a gun from one of the security officers. And he runs outside and shoots somebody.
Okay.
And everyone's screaming and running for cover. And he's like, this is just a dream. And he just keeps putting bullets into the person. This is just a dream. This is just a dream.
No.
And then his psychiatrist comes out with 2 other police officers. And, of course, the police officers got guns on him. And the psychiatrist's like, don't shoot him. Don't shoot him. And he's like, no, this is just a dream. And he points the gun at the police officers. And then the psychiatrist jumps in front of him and is like, no.
Hey, no way. Well, first of all, this is just a patient. I don't care. I wouldn't get a lot of patients. That's why I got 2 daughters at home.
Why would you do this?
Yeah.
So, and the police shoot, and of course it shoots the psychiatrist.
Oh, okay.
But that's when Cesar gets control again, because he's lying on the ground with the psychiatrist on top of him. He's like, I think his name is Oliver. He's like, Oliver, you can get up.
Yeah.
No, I've been shot in the back. No, you can get up. And they get up and nobody is there. Everybody is missing.
It's just him and Oliver.
Yeah. And he's like, we need to go to the top of the building. I see somebody at the top of the building and we need to go up there. So they go to the top of the life extension building.
Yeah.
And that's the dude from the commercial is there and explains to them that what he has been experiencing has been a lucid dream.
And incredibly days long, weeks long lucid dream.
There is some point in his life where they wiped his memory after that, and he just lives this dream until they wake him up.
Right.
And the point where they wiped his memory was when he passed out in the street.
After the bar.
Right. And he's like, well, what happened after that? Well, after that, you basically became a hermit for a few months. You found us on the internet, you signed the contract, and then you killed yourself. You took an overdose and killed yourself. Mm-hmm. And we froze you. And we started your lucid dream.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I want to wake up. I'm done.
Yeah, I think I've done all this shit.
And, of course, the psychiatrist at this point is like, I'm not a dream. I'm here. And like, these people will tell you they're not dreams, but they are part of your psyche.
Yeah.
And all you need to do to wake up is jump off the building, which he does.
And the end?
The very end is just somebody going, relax, open your eyes. Mm-hmm.
That's fucking weird, dude.
Yeah.
That's a trip. Like, do you think the dude who wrote this movie dreamt this shit up?
Yeah.
You think it's probably a dream he had, and he's like, this is wild shit.
This is wild. I got to write this shit down.
2 a.m. scribbling notes, cocktail napkin.
Yeah, so I really enjoyed this film, and I really liked the story, and I thought it was very original.
Yeah, I was really digging it. I think originality plays. This is, I guess you can consider this a sci-fi fantasy?
I would consider this sci-fi.
Yeah, it was some good, deep
You don't
original.
Realize it's sci-fi until that twist moment.
Yeah.
Because you think it's just some like
thriller, maybe
drama thriller type thing. Vanilla Sky. So Tom Cruise bought the rights to Open Your Eyes and produced Vanilla Sky, which was directed by Cameron Crowe.
Tom Cruise, I found out, watches a movie every single day.
That doesn't surprise me.
It does surprise me in the sense of how does he have time to watch a movie?
It's all that Scientology, man. He doesn't sleep.
Yeah.
Zeno is with him. He doesn't need sleep.
It's time for a movie.
Yeah. He doesn't need sleep because Zeno is with him all the time. So this is kind of a very legitimate remake.
He kept the, Crow kept the intent fairly close to,
yes,
to the
very
original.
close.
Yeah.
There are some differences. Of course, they Americanized the name. It's David.
Yeah.
Cameron Diaz plays Julie, who is his fuck buddy.
Oh, man.
Penelope Cruz comes back as Sophia.
What's the year difference on this?
2001 is when Vanilla Sky came out. So there's 4 years.
Okay. All right. Oh, yeah. Penelope Cruz still looking nice.
Yeah. She does not get nude for this one.
No, she does not.
No.
She does for Open Your Eyes.
Yes.
She throws some boobs at you.
Yeah.
But nope,
For here, no. No more
it's
of
in the
that.
contract.
And then Jason Lee is his friend Brian, who is very much a Jason Lee.
Very Jason Lee and everything. He
Jason
does.
Lee prototype. Or whatever, stereotype. Just wisecracking.
Jason Lee as Jason Lee.
Right.
They cast him wonderfully.
Yeah, here David is the head of a publishing company. And you actually get to see his board of directors that he calls the Seven Dwarves.
Yeah.
And his lawyer, who, well, I mean, part of his problem right there, his lawyer is Scabbers. And
That's where I recognize that because I just saw it for the first time a couple months ago, A Prisoner of Azkaban.
there's your problem.
Oh, okay. That was bugging me too. Like, why do I know that guy?
Yeah. Timothy
Scabbers.
Spall
Okay.
is the name of the actor. And this follows very much the same plot line. Key differences. Julie is far more crazy than Nuria is.
You think so?
There's something about Cameron Diaz's performance. God, it's annoying. I want to say Cameron Crowe, but that's the director.
Other Cameron. She did Psycho Girl quite well.
Yeah.
I don't think
Particularly
Cameron
toward-
Diaz is a great
it's-
actress in the
I
first
don't.
place.
And I was really, her performance was bugging me. But then something occurred to me because it's like everything after the crash is just David's brain
Right.
creating Julie.
So things are a little bit different there.
Right.
Yeah, so
So
you gotta
if
play that
she's super
different.
crazy, that's because he thinks she's super crazy.
Right.
In the car
But then
scene.
again, you see her mostly before.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
And she's not really crazy then. She's just super jealous. I think
Is she crashed the car? She's crazy.
she's crazy.
She's crazy.
But there's just, I don't know, there's something just unhinged about her performance after the car crash that is just like, that was bugging me about Cameron Diaz. And she looks almost like the Joker. She always does, but
Still better than Jared Leto.
yeah, that's true. But it does follow basically the same plot.
Right, right.
The only thing is they add more to David's character, not just the business side,
Right.
but there's far more talks with his psychiatrist, who's played by Kurt Russell.
Okay, because when you got Kurt Russell, you got to expand that role out.
His disfigurement is not nearly as severe as Open Your Eyes. A matter of fact, to me, it just looked like he had a stroke.
It looked like they stuffed some cotton balls in his cheeks, and that was about it.
And that was about it. So
Yeah.
to me,
you still got to recognize that that's Tom Cruise's face.
to me, it was like, okay, this is total vanity, because that's not all that bad.
Right.
You're not missing an ear and have parts of your cheek sunken and missing.
Yeah.
He looks like Tom Cruise that had a slight stroke.
Yeah. And I wonder
If that's because it's Tom Cruise.
exactly. I wonder how much we're projecting the idea of Tom Cruise onto
Yeah.
the character, or maybe that's what attracted Tom Cruise
Tom
to
Cruise,
the
like,
whole thing
no.
in the first place.
This is 2001,
This is
where
light
Tom
work for
Cruise,
Tom Cruise.
yeah, when Tom Cruise was his Tom Cruisiest.
When was the Oprah couch incident?
That was when he first met. Okay, so he had a 3-year relationship with Penelope Cruz after this.
Yes.
So that had to be at least 2005.
Okay, so he was ramping up to prime Cruise at this moment.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, so they add that. It's very much, I mean, it's basically the same exact story.
Yeah.
They remove the gunfight at the end.
Yeah, that's no.
That's
none
not
of
there
in
at all. You get Tilda Swinton, which made me happy.
Yeah, I was like, wait, hold the fuck up. When did the ancient one show up here?
So she plays one of the workers
She's
at Life
LE.
Extension.
Yeah.
We can't even really go into the plot of this because it's basically the same exact plot.
Yeah.
There's just 25 more minutes stuffed into it.
Let me ask you the mask. For me, the mask on Open Your Eyes looked more like a human face,
Yeah.
and it was very much Phantom of the Opera-ish.
Yeah. Which is commented on. The psychiatrist in Open Your Eyes actually comments that he's Phantom of the Opera.
Oh, yeah.
Cruise's mask looks very mannequin-esque. It's very, there's no features.
No features, yeah. It's just the eye hole, nose hole, mouth hole. That's about it.
Yeah. It's just very bland. And he does wear it for the psychiatrist or
Scenes.
Yeah. He doesn't wear it much after that or during the movie itself.
Yeah, I feel like the psychiatrist scenes,
when they're all at the bar together.
Yeah.
And then very sporadically.
Yeah, and that's about it.
You got to see that Cruise face, that moneymaker.
Yeah. And I think in Vanilla Sky, they attempt to reform his character a bit. You have the scene where he fires his lawyer, Scabbers, but then rehires him with a 50% raise.
Yeah.
Like,
Do we, was it the board?
Yeah.
The board fired him.
The board fired him.
Rehired.
Because, yes, 51% he rehired him.
Yeah, because I think the lawyer was just fairly, I can't remember what his reasoning was. Like, the lawyer is fairly loyal to him. Like, he was just a good dude.
Because he's the one that makes the assault go away when he beats up Julie / Sophia. He comes in and says, we're going to make this all go away. I want you to look at the pictures, but we're going to make it all go away. Nice being rich in America. You can do that. And then, but you also see after the switch and you're introduced to life extension and they tell him what happened to his life afterwards. Mm-hmm. Because in both versions, he never sees Sophia again after the discotheque. The guy tells him, well, you got back into the business. You ran your business successfully. You gave the board control over the company, and then you killed yourself. And I'm like...
That sounds very out of character.
Yeah.
He hated those guys.
Yeah. So I'm like, it's like he's trying to reform the character of David a little bit more than they tried to reform the character of Cesar.
Yeah, they tried to massage things a little bit.
Which is why I think they took the gun out of the end.
Yeah, because
having Tom Cruise shoot a person,
randomly clapping out.
This is just a dream. This is just a dream while pumping bullets into a police officer.
That's not very Cruise.
No. But it ends basically the same way. He says goodbye to Brian. He says goodbye to Sophia, who can't even remember her name at that point.
Right.
and then he jumps off a building, and you have exactly the same ending, which is just a woman going, "Relax, open your eyes."
Yeah. Oh. Man, I avoided this movie for a while because people were just like,
and the Vanilla Sky. I think when this movie came out, nobody knew what the fuck Vanilla Sky was.
Yeah, but they explained it in the movie.
They explained it in the movie because he's so rich he actually owns a Monet.
Right.
And
that was a large eye roll from Carol Coles.
Yeah. And the Vanilla Sky is what Monet painted. And if you watch the movie, after that scene in the gutter, a lot of the time, the sky is always that blue with clouds that is shown on the poster of Vanilla Sky. So I understand the reasoning. I think they made it deliberately, or they made it a bit too obtuse.
Yeah, they were going for that weird factor.
Yeah.
Like let's really make them work for what's going on in the audience.
And it's unnecessary. That doesn't happen at all in Open Your Eyes. He doesn't have a Monet.
The story's trippy enough in itself. Yeah.
You don't
just let
need
the story be the weirdness.
Yeah.
But all in
all, it's a very good story. Mm-hmm. I do think Vanilla Sky drags a tiny bit. You start to feel... I started to feel those extra 25 minutes.
Okay.
And I think it was just whenever the board was introduced or whenever the business was introduced, I was like, I don't really care what he does for a living.
You know, I kind of enjoyed that. Like, it kind of gives me more insight into
the character, I suppose.
Yeah.
But I was like, and maybe because I had seen it before and I knew the twist ending, and I was like, none of this really matters.
Oh, yeah, okay, that's true. That's true.
But I do think, and I really like the music in Vanilla Sky. The soundtrack is, you got to love a movie that starts off with Radiohead. At the time, Cameron Crowe was married to Nancy Wilson of Heart, and she did the music.
What do you know?
She chose the music and did all the incidental music for the movie.
Yeah. I was just reading a review today that was criticizing Vanilla Sky for the music that he chose. Yeah,
it's 2001. The soundtrack is very 2001.
Right.
It does date it, I think.
Yeah.
Which is weird because I think Vanilla Sky was trying to feel like it's in the future. At his birthday party, they have a hologram of a jazz player.
That's right, they do. Of Miles Davis, I do believe it is.
Whereas Open Your Eyes, very much, when he's talking to the doctors, he's saying, we're at the cusp of a new century. So it's 1999.
Yeah.
But I think Vanilla Sky was going for a kind of a futuristic feel.
You would have to for technology like cryo freezing to
technically
exist.
speaking, we have cryo now.
Well, we're not cryo and whole humans.
Yeah, well,
Are we?
heads. I think they're just doing heads right now.
I mean, that's just setting up for Futurama episodes.
That's true. We're all going to end up in heads and tanks anyway.
I'm
so
okay with that.
we're all going to end up, yeah. So I this one was tough. This one was very tough.
Yeah.
Because I liked both movies a lot, and I really liked the story.
So which one are you going with?
I'm going to go with Open Your Eyes for two reasons.
Mm-hmm.
I did feel Vanilla Sky drugged just a tiny bit.
Okay.
I like the fact that he's far more disfigured in Open Your Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
It felt a bit more realistic that he would want to not live.
Yeah.
And I really like the scene where he's following Sophia, and it looks like she has that mask on because
that
she's
mime
got the
face.
mime face on. And Sophia's character in this one is far more realistic. She lives in a very small apartment.
Mm-hmm.
In Vanilla Sky, she lives in this huge apartment, and she's joking that she's an arms dealer. And I'm looking at this New York apartment going, she probably isn't an arms dealer, because how is she affording this as a dancer? I don't know. She's not with the ballet.
Yeah,
so.
she's not noted that she's a very famous dancer.
Right. And she seems to be going to dance class, not
Right.
dancing
not,
with
not
a
dancing.
troupe.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how is she affording this beautiful apartment? It is that Friends thing. It's like, what do you people do for a living
all
besides
day?
drink coffee? So yeah, I kind of like the realism of Open Your Eyes a little bit more.
I really wish I'd been able to finish Open Your
Yeah.
Eyes. Fucking voodoo. But I think I would still probably go with Vanilla Sky. I really like the interaction between Tom Cruise and Kurt Russell a lot. I mean, whenever you got
Kurt Russell
in the film,
is yeah, I know.
you elevate that bad boy. And it's the fact that he kept going back to I have two daughters. I have two daughters.
Yeah.
I have two daughters. And at the very end, like, what are your daughters' names? And then he just kind of freezes
has-
up and hesitates, like, okay.
Yeah, he has no idea what his daughter's names are. Oops. Well, how many dads really, could name that off the top?
I would like to think that I can name my daughter's name off the top of my head.
Wait a minute. Give me a moment. My mom would be like, bot rot sit. 'Cause there's 5 girls. So she'd have to go down the whole list until she got to Carol.
I like Tom Cruise's performance.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think Jason Lee is perfectly casted. I think that's what they were going for. And they probably saw Lee and shit like Mallrats. And
This one's the
Chasing Amy.
close.
Like, it's this guy right
This
here.
one's
Yeah.
close, though. You could watch either one. It just depends on whether you want to read subtitles or not.
Right.
Because it is
right.
basically the same story.
Agreed.
What has Cameron Crowe been doing after this?
I thought that while I was watching it, and he just kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Because wasn't it absolute or almost famous in this one? And it was like, oh, he's the new big thing. He's going to.
Yeah, like Almost Famous is what put him in the limelight. And then, this happened. You're
just
like, all right,
kinda
he's working with the big boys now with
Yeah.
Cruise and Russell.
And I know this wasn't a huge hit, but it got decent reviews.
I mean,
if I remember.
203 million off of 68 million. It made its money.
Yeah.
Cameron Crowe. Let's see what you've been up to. Oh, he's dead. No, I'm just kidding. He's not dead.
What?
Let's see. Filmography. Oh, he made Jerry Maguire.
Oh, okay. So that was after this one, I think.
No, before. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Before.
okay.
So this is the second time working with Cruise. Elizabethtown. We Bought a Zoo.
Oh, dear.
And then, he directed Aloha. Isn't that movie with Emma Stone is supposed to be Hawaiian?
Yeah, it was Hawaiian, yeah.
Yeah. And then
Or half Asian.
he did Roadies, which is, a comedy drama television series.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, it's kind of.
Ugh, that's some bad project choosing there.
We Bought a Zoo. Is that Damon?
Is that Matt Damon or Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, it's Damon. Damon and Scarlett
Damon,
Johansson.
okay.
So yeah, Vanilla Sky was about it.
Yeah, that was about the last of it, I suppose.
Oh man, you hate to see it. So yeah, that's it, man. That is it. So you're going to Open Your Eyes. I'm going with Vanilla Sky.
Yeah, but it's very close. I mean, it really just, I have a fondness for foreign films. I like the realism of Open Your Eyes a little tiny bit more because it's a bit more fantasy. Vanilla Sky's brighter and
yeah,
a
this
little
is
bit
very
more.
American.
Very, yeah.
Yeah, this is very more moody and atmospheric in Open Your Eyes, which kind
Yeah.
of lends to the whole creepiness aspect.
Although I got to
of it.
say, Eduardo Noriega, he's got one of those faces that looks 18. I know he's probably in his late 20s when he did this film.
Right.
But he looks 18. He's just got that goofy kind
Yeah.
of teenager look to him. And I'm just like, this is kind of creepy.
Maybe that's what they were going for,
Yeah,
man.
it
Is any
could
kind of
be.
subliminal way to creep you out, man.
Yeah.
They're going to figure it out. They're going to do it. So we're
actually gonna roll a dice.
We're gonna roll a die for the first time in
For the first time.
13 episodes we've done this show.
Yeah, because I don't think I have my Bloody Valentine on here. So
all right then, cool.
We'll just roll the dice. So I got a 20-sided die. Do you want to roll?
All right. I know this is all you, man. This is all you. This is a wonderful idea by Carol Coles. It's your first time listening. We have a 20-sided die and 20 possibilities for the next episode.
17.
17. That means the orcs are attacking.
The Haunting. Oh God! I gotta sit through the Liam Neeson film. Shit! Why did I put that on there?
We are back to the horror train. As we're doing the Haunting.
The Haunting.
Now, if I remember correctly, 2 came out at the same time.
You're
thinking Haunting of Hill
House
and then Haunting.
Yes, you're looking for the Haunting.
Rated R version, right? Because one was PG-13, one was rated R.
Hill House was R. The Haunting was PG-13.
So, okay.
And then the original Haunting was, I believe, I want to say 63. Wait a minute here. I don't mind rewatching the original.
Now we do have enough horror.
63. Wow, my God, I was right.
Hey, test your might. Though we do have enough horror to fall back on if we want to do our October run again, right?
Yeah, that's right. We do.
Okay,
oh yeah.
Cool.
I deliberately left a lot of the horror off this list.
Okay.
I just like The Haunting.
Okay, fair enough. Looks like we will be watching The Haunting.
The Haunting, based on The Haunting of Hill House by Shirley Jackson. So.
All right, then. Did you watch the Netflix show?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Then.
That was good.
A month. I got time to throw that in there if we want to chat about that.
We can talk about The Haunting of Hill House too. Yeah.
All right, then. Cool. I know. Cool. I think Leslie's seen it 2 times through now. She really liked it.
There are. It's like a long series. There are good episodes, bad episodes, but the good episodes are really, really good.
Right on. Okay, then. So The Haunting, and I will binge up on some. Because it's only 8, 10, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's 8.
Boom. That's a weekend.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Cool. So 1963, and I think the other one came out in 2000 and
early 2000s, right?
It was
2003, if I had to guess.
Oh God, they don't even want to put it on here.
Liam Neeson's like, take it off my resume.
Take it off my list, or I'll come for you. I have a certain set of skills.
Is Haunting one of them? Shut up.
Shut up. Oh God, where's the freaking remake on here?
We're
gonna
bottom of this right here.
Okay, so yeah, we're getting to the filming of The Haunting. Yes, it's a lovely house. Thank you. Remakes.
There we go.
2002.
Oh, I was off by a year. Okay. All right. Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. 1999. I was wrong. 1999.
Oh, we got classics such as The Haunting and Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace.
Oh, dear God. Yeah. Well, not the same type of CGI.
Yep. All right. So we will return in February. We will be properly haunted.
Yes.
All right. Until then, you have anything else?
No, that's it.
All right, then. We will see you next month.
Sorry for the slate coughing there.
I think you will be forgiven. You're Carol Coles.
Thank you.
All right. Take it easy. Have a good one, guys.